All praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushua Bahashem, Harakah Kwadash. Double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutes to all 144,000 elect out the area coming back at you with another lesson. Visualizing end times. Babylon is falling. So Revelations chapters 18 is all about the falling and destruction of Babylon. Things that we're seeing now. And we can compare and we can know that for sure Babylon is definitely falling. So we're visualizing John the Revelator. Yeah, land backing off my video I did yesterday, visualizing end times, and Elder Apostle Gobar, how to visualize. He'll be going into that, and we're talking it on board. Visualizing it is a powerful tool in this ministry. So to name a few prophets, John the Revelator, when he was on the island of Patmos, he was given those visions, dreams about the end times. Just hit the point in Revelations 18 and 21 says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it unto the sea, saying, thus with violence. Right, that's the scriptures. Violent shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. Right, so to name a few of the prophets, the one I went into yesterday was Daniel. How he foresaw the vision broken down to him, given, and then he gave it to King Nebuchadnezzar in order for him to see how all these kingdoms are going to fall. And then ultimately, they're going to land back off, finish off where I was going into yesterday. Daniel 2:44. In the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. All those other kingdoms, the ancient Babylonians, the Medo-Persians, the Grecians, the ancient Romans, and then now we've got the modern day revived Romans, and this is just very much similar to John the Revelator's dream. We just mentioned that in Revelation 18 and 21. Now jumping down to 45. For as much as thou seest that stone what was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it broke in pieces, the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, the gold, the great God with made known to the kings what shall come to pass thereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. Right, all those metals, from the silver, from the gold, the silver, which the gold, as we went into yesterday, represented the Golden Empire, or the ancient Babylonian Empire. The brass, right, which represented the arms, was the Medo-Persian Empire, and the belly of brass, the Grecian Empire, the legs of iron and molten clay, which doesn't mix, represented were the legs, which were the Romans. And today we have the modern day Romans in the feet. We're at the time of the feet, and we can see that we're in the time of the feet, the bottom of the statue, where the molten clay and the iron don't mix. All those nations, right, and they're at each other's throats right now. The wars, the rumors of wars, all the things that we see, what Yahushua spoke about in Matthew and in Mark and in Luke. So we're at the feet. We can see the uprisings, the disunity, all the wars. We can see that rumors of wars, which there's always been wars. The more you look into it, the so-called civil wars, and it's building up to the greater, right? The greater WW3, and then the grand finale, which I love to talk about, the grand finale. Hence, this is what we're visualizing right now, right? And that's that stone, right? That stone, we read it again. For as much as thou seest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that stone is Yahushua, right? And this word too, the great millstone, the word, the truth, it's the truth that smashes to smithereens all these kingdoms, the lies, right? Yeah, without hands, and that it broke in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, all these metals from the more superior metals to the more inferior metals, those kingdoms, the clay and the silver, the gold, the great God with made known the king what shall come to pass thereafter, and the dream is certain and the interpretation thereof. And that mountain that's going to stand is Yahushua, which is going to be standing on Yahushua, the truth, which is the kingdom, our kingdom. And it's not going to be passed through another kingdom, it's going to stand forever. So I wanted to get into that, land backing off that powerful video, which I like that video on the visualizing, and we're going to get into some of these a little bit of visualizing, some examples. Once again, I want to get into 1 Samuel 9 and 9, as our apostle elder touched on. He made some good examples, some good points. 1 Samuel 9 and 9 says, before time in Israel, when a man went to inquire of Yahweh, thus he spoke, come and let us go to the seer. Right, the seer there, right, and this goes into, well, we're going to get into that. Yeah, for he that is now called a prophet was before time called a seer. So let's get into that. As a matter of fact, previously I looked up the word seer in way of reminders for those that didn't know, or for those that know, in way of reminders. And for those that don't know, we want to look at it now. The word seer, which is telling us, but I want to see what, as always, seer, person of supposed supernatural, right? This is where how Google's breaking it down. Supernatural insight, who sees visions of the future, right? And it's telling us there, prophet. Now what does the etymology say? One to whom divine revelations are made, prophet, persons who sees or foretells the future, right? We looked at 2 so far. John the Revelator, when he was giving those visions, and it's all about that's what we're visualizing, that stone to come, Yahushua, and the truth, because Yahushua going to come with the truth, and right now the truth is in the earth. That great millstone that was cut out of hand, that's the truth. That's what's going to smash up this kingdom, and it's smashed up all those previous kingdoms. It's going to smash up this kingdom, the revived Roman kingdom, and it's the truth that's doing it. That great millstone. And Yahushua, the grand finale, is going to come and he's going to finish it off. Right? We're visualizing the return of Yahushua. Yeah? Person who sees or foretells the future, the events. So we looked at John the Revelator. He saw that stone, and so did Daniel. He saw that stone. And that's in Daniel's chapters 2 and also in Daniel's chapter 7. The stone that's going to smash all these kingdoms. And the very last one, the revived Romans. We're at the feet right now. So self-explanatory, it says there, a person who sees foretells the future, which is a prophet. So in the Latin, the Greek, triptor, right? In the Hebrew, in there you go. Probably butcher that if I try to pronounce it, but the point made there. So seer, that's it, a prophet. Prophets, soothsayers, that's what he be calling them, soothsayers. Person who sees something specific, specified. Now, I just wanted to, because I heard this mentioned as well, clairvoyant, and I wanted to just get into some of this in way of some how Esau he be looking at things. Clairvoyant. What is a clairvoyant and what is a psychic? We got so-called if you're a prophet, according to the E's, let's look at this. A psychic and a clairvoyant, right? It's clairvoyant versus psychic. are different, but they are connected as well. A psychic or medium uses clairvoyance, and a clairvoyant uses psychic abilities. Right? However, a clairvoyant visualizes, right? That's that word again, visualizes present events, and a psychic connects a past and present to future to predict a future. Right? However, a clairvoyant visualizes present events, and a psychic connects a past and present to predict a future. Not much difference, but the psychic or the clairvoyant visualizes this, so it's all connected. Which, if you was to go and tell some of these physicians the kind of dreams you've been getting and the things, and they'll be telling you some things, they may say a couple of things about you, but ultimately they probably say that, but they may try and do certain other things to you, like give you some funny looking tablets. Anyway, enough said on that. Is there a difference between psychic and a clairvoyant? I just want to see what it says here. A clairvoyant focuses on visions, right? So really, it's not much different. Clairvoyant focuses on visions, and tarot card readers, which we know that's off. That's going digging into scriptures say we're not to do that. Digging into left hand side, uses cards, and psychic may use a variety of methods, including but not limited to clairvoyant and tarot. Anyway, if you got a little bit more understanding, I hope you did. Right, the clairvoyant focuses on visions, so we read a prophet, which sometimes you may even get what they call it, premonitions. Don't go there, don't go down that road, or if you're in a particular place, get out. And I know when you talk to brothers, me myself too, I've had that. Get out of there, nah, something's gonna go down, and that's what they might call that a clairvoyant, which is a prophet, which is the Most High dealing with. We mentioned on that. That's the Most High giving you the spirit, a heads up on something to get out of somewhere, or something ain't right, something's about to go down, and we're going to be dealing with that when this thing really pops off, right? We know we ain't taking the MOTB, right? Just got to make sure I plug that, right? Because the Most High is going to give us a heads up when in the hour of temptation, when they come in like a flood, right? So there you have it, right? These are things that you can put two and two together and get as much as you can out of this. And there's certain people you may choose not to talk to. Enough said on that. So clairvoyant in singly says, because we just saw the difference between a clairvoyant and a psychic. A clairvoyant, a person who claims to have a supernatural ability to perceive events in the future or beyond normal sensory contact. Fortune teller, forecaster of the future. This another word just come to me. Anyway, that's all left hand side. But we have all those abilities, the prophets, and whatever the Most High wants to put upon you in that particular time, what is necessary to do, he can do that. But I'm just getting a back understanding of how these are the type of things that Esau be talking about. Psychic, relating to or denoting facilities or phenomenon that are apparently unexplainable by natural laws, specifically involve telepathy. Alright, so if I start going into all of that, visions that I've had and all of that, that's the only way I can explain it, the visions that I've had, because right now it's all left hand side taking place, but right hand side too. When you break it down into the nuts and bolts and go into the prophecy, we just made the point there. The word seer, a person of supposed supernatural insight who sees visions of the future, very similar to what they describe here in clairvoyance and psychic. Very similar, but it's on the right hand side. That's the difference. And the Most High, like I say, we're going to see some supernatural things and some of us have already. Some of us may have chosen, and it may be sometimes you choose to keep certain things to yourself, as far as supernatural abilities and stuff like that, at this moment in time. And things will come out though, and like I say, when they come in like a flood, there's got to be some things. This movie will get more and more dramatic. I just wanted to look at the word seer, and there's another word, right, and that is how it used to pop off. It's 1 Samuel 9:9. Before time in Israel, when a man went to inquire of Yahweh, thus he spoke, "Come and let us go to the seer." Now the word, I said I was going to get into that in the blue letter. Seer, H7203. Now you make a comparison to what we looked at in the Google. Seer, it says it there. Prophet, vision, prophetic vision.
Strong's H 7203. Ro'eh. Ro'eh.
Right, that's how it's pronounced, but there you have it there, simple and plain. Seer, prophet. And we're just lambacking off that word. It's an interesting word, visualizing. It's a powerful tool in this ministry of ours, and it's very true. And another word or another scripture that came to me also, right? Well, I'm going to read it in Romans chapters 1, 3 and verse 1 says, "What advantage then hath the Jew, or what profit is there of circumcision?" Right? Much in every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of Yahweh. Right? The movie Matrix, where Neo went to see the oracle, and she gave him the heads up, and everything she told him, all she was really doing was recalling things back to his mind. If you saw the movie, you might know what I'm trying to say. If you saw the movie, and she said, just visualize there is no spoon, right? What you've got, what I've told you, I was supposed to tell you, because you already knew. All you need to do was visualize there is no spoon, and we saw the movie how he ended up. He got that, the penny dropped, and he was a force to be reckoned with. He was able to even stop bullets, and not only stop bullets, return fire on the agents, which the agents in the movie Matrix were supposed to be invincible, not killable, but he deleted them in the end because much in every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of Yahweh, right? And that's a spiritual movie too. Again, if you've seen it, you may know what I'm saying. Oh, another movie comes to mind. Let me look at this word first. Oracle. Oracle G3051.
Strong's G 3051. Lagion. Lagion.
Right, that's the difference bit. So when you look at the words or utterances of Yahweh, that's the difference between the psychic or the clairvoyance. They be dealing with left hand side demon energy, which are angels on the left hand side, and to mislead for the most part. But they're the most high, the angels on the left hand side and on the right hand side. So yes, there is power there. We saw that in Exodus, Moses dealing with Jambres and Jambres, the two left hand side magicians of Pharaoh, Jambres and Jambres, if I'm saying the names right. So yeah, we saw there was power on left hand side, right? So, but the difference is the words or utterance of God. This is what we're talking about, right? This is the oracles, and this is the prophets or the seers be dealing with the words of the Most High, and they don't fail. And we saw once again how Pharaoh ended up, and his soothsayers and witches, Jammies and Jambres, how they ended up. They do fail. Once the Most High has he's dropped them like a hot cookie. Like I say, he be using them, and then when he don't need them, to mislead for the most part, and when he don't need them, he just switch them off like a light switch, right? Because the deceiver and the deceived are his, but the oracles are of God. That's the difference. So we're just getting visualizing end times. Some examples. I wanted to get into some of these examples. Again, the oracles are just, it shows that we have an advantage. Let me read it again. What advantage then have the Jews, or what profit is there of circumcision? Much in every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of God. Right, so you can do away with all this clairvoyance and psychic left-hand side energy. The advantage that we have over them, which, like I say, when they come in like a flood, we're going to be dealing with them, right? And all the military, right? The beast, right, which represents their military, their powers, right? Their left-hand side energy. The soothsayers, the prophets are going to be dealing with them like Elijah and Elisha did do. Like and how he dealt with the Syrian army, with the power of the Most High, the power of the right-hand side. So that's why there is an advantage. Chiefly because that in every way were committed the oracles of God. That's the advantage. The powers on the right-hand side are always more power on the right than on the left. The left-hand side is the Most High's means to an end, which he can just switch it off like a light switch. So one more precept, then we're going to end off the video. Land backing off that very powerful word, visualizing. A powerful tool in this ministry. And that some things there the apostles be saying, they be staying with you. Yeah, so Revelation, right, once again, given to John the Revelator. Right, John 1:1 says, the revelation of Yahushua Mashiach, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass, and he signified it by his angel unto his servant John the Revelator, giving these revelations to us to give us a heads up for what is about to come, and we be getting on board, preparing our minds and hearts for what is coming down the pipe. MOTB in the hour of temptation. The elect ain't going to take that, because we done got their heads up already in all the things that they're going to try and approach us via temptation, via blackmail, bribery, and that's the hour of temptation. We're going to say no, right? Point blank, period, right? Because the Most High gave us the oracles, and it's an advantage in every way. They're a heads up, and we've been visualizing if they make, if they try and approach the family, we visualize how we're going to deal with that. We visualized it already. We've prepared our minds and hearts already. If we have to be stoics out there in the wilderness, nomads, we visualized how we're going to be dealing with that already. We visualized how we're going to have to deal with that. However they come at us, we visualized what we're going to do. The plan A, the plan B, and the plan C. Because the Most High gave us an advantage, as it says in Romans and also in Revelations here. Revelations 1:1, and in Romans chapters 3. The advantage. What advantage do we have? The visualization. What advantage have we have? The visualization. Once again, continue to visualize. Yeah. What advantage then have the Jews? Of what profit is it there of circumcision? Much in every way, because chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of Yahweh. What advantage have we have? The visualization, the heads up. Kala Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakah Quadash. So I want to end with this one. And to further drive home the point, divine kingdom. We're going to end with it. Daniel's chapters 2 and 44, because I find him a very good example of how he visualized. He visualized and he broke it down to King Nebuchadnezzar, the end of his kingdom and all the other kingdoms, and the ultimate kingdom coming in. Let's end with this one. Daniel 2 and 44 says, and in the days of these kings shall Yahweh of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. And it's cut out of that stone crafted with hands. And a stone crafted with hands, right? It's just a stone, but that's the stone you need to look out for, because that particular stone destroyed all those other kingdoms of the gold, the brass, the silver, and the molten clay. That particular stone was a stone of truth, and it represents Yahushua, the word of truth. And that mountain ain't going to be consumed like these other kingdoms. And that's what we be visualizing. More and more so as we draw near to the end, we be visualizing. So that's the advantage that the elect have. We be visualizing. The Wada Yahweh Hashem Yashaf putting the spirit on me to do this video. Until the next one, we out. Continue to visualize, Akim.